All right, welcome everyone. I think let's recap on what we've done so far. We learned Git, right? We installed Git. We learned how to use Git basic commands. We also looked at the book that you have to refer to, right? Each one should have that book. You've read it or you've not read it yet, but you should have that book with you. We looked at GitHub. We made sure everybody has an account on GitHub. We looked at how to create a repository. We looked at how do you clone that repository, correct? And
Yes, sir.
we last session, I believe we installed Tmux.
Yes.
What else have we done? I think I'm missing something because I think this is our fourth session, if I'm not wrong, right? Or fifth session, I don't remember.
Fifth session.
Fifth. So am I missing something? Did I miss something in this whole conversation?
We're in Linux commands also.
Okay, sure. So Linux command, and then we came into shell scripting, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that's what we learned last time. I would recommend you guys to use Tmux as much as you can.
Sure.
So let me get off from here. Start a new one. All right. So what we would do today is, this is a book that I really liked out of all the things that I've seen online. There are people who do some things really well. Okay, so I wouldn't really discourage you from going to YouTube or reading through somebody's blogs. You definitely can. But if you really need everything in one place, I think this book is great. Okay. What I would really love you to do is there are about 555 pages in it. Most of it probably is index and appendix, which you might not want to. So I would say about 500 pages of book. I would strongly recommend you to read through it. Okay. And what we are going to do today in this session is we are going to try and read through this book and see how do we navigate through the book. When you have a book and you have to navigate through a book, how do you do that? All right.
Sure.
So let's see. So we'll go through this book real quick. If I scroll with my mouse, it's scrolling too fast. So usually what I do is if I have a hard-covered book with me, which I really love, being an old school, okay, but I would recommend you guys to get used to ebooks. That's the best way, okay, because you're able to bookmark, you're able to get back where you left, so on and so forth. But usually when I buy a hard-covered book, I like to refer to what's written behind the book, the last cover, right? On the back of the cover, there's something written, a brief summary of what's happening. So I'll read through that and understand what that book is before I buy it. Okay. But if you've already bought it, what I normally recommend people to do is start with your table of content. Okay. That's the quickest way for you to see what do you really want to learn. Okay. What do you really want to read? So let's quickly go through this introduction. What I would do is I would skip this. It's all about, like, if you really eyeball through it, it talks about first edition, second edition, who they acknowledge. There are acknowledgements for those, whoever is acknowledging it to. I don't know, but I'm not interested in reading all of this for now. Okay, so I'm going to skip this. I will go to this learning shell piece. He's talking about terminal emulator, making your first keystrokes, command history, cursor movement, a few words about mice and focus. I might come to this later, but for now, I'm going to skip it. Navigation, I'm trying to find what's interesting to me. Okay, what's interesting to me might not be interesting to you, but what I'm trying to tell you is in any book, try to find that area where you feel it's interesting. Okay, that's what I'm trying to hunt through right now. Understanding the file system tree, the current working directory. I think we have talked about the present working directory, so we know something about it. Good point here. Listing the content of a directory, we know this is ls command, so there might be more to learn about ls command if we go here, hopefully. Changing the current directory, you've seen change cd, right? Absolute path names, relative path names. I think we haven't talked about it. We do not know. Maybe from Windows, you kind of guess what this is, but this is interesting to me. I want to get to this. Okay. So in this navigation piece, this is the one that I want to get to. I've identified it. I will mark it and then I'll move down. Exploring the systems, having more fun with LS. So this is going to talk a lot more options about LS is what I'm thinking. Interesting piece for me. Determine a files type with file. Good thing if when we
File
get to shell
command.
scripting, right? File commands. Correct. Viewing file content with less. We have seen to see a file content with get last time, but this is guys talking about less. So good thing for us to come to. Okay. So I don't want to spend the whole session going through each and every steps down below. But what I'm telling you guys is when you read a book, you don't have to read page to page. Okay. It's okay to identify the important pieces that you have and start from there. And then what you could do is either you can navigate backwards if you don't understand what they're talking there, or you can navigate forward. The only reason is generate interest. Okay, you got to start reading from something that will generate your interest. You should not get overwhelmed that there are 500 pages that I have to read, and that's going to be very tiring. And then you start putting a limit on it, saying 10 pages a day, and you count it, you'll need 50 days if you do 10 pages a day. Okay, so what I usually recommend people to do is glance through the book real quick. Glance through the index first, identify your important areas. Okay, the reason is you have to being a college student today. I mean, I've done my college like 15, 18 years back. Okay, but what doesn't change is how you read. Okay, between a very good student, average student, and not so good student, it all boils down first to what you read, how you identify what to read. Okay, why am I saying how you identify what to read is also important? Is because there are several books on the same subject. Every author talks the same things, but using their own perspective and language, which might not suit you. The way I teach you guys today, out of 4 or 5 or whatever people right now, there are 4 people, not everybody might like the way I teach. You probably will be able to understand better from somebody else who's teaching you the same thing that I'm teaching. I hope you understand where I'm going.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so find out your guru. The guru doesn't have to be a human being, right? Guru can also be a book. Find out your guru, find out whose language do you like, and then go back to that same author if possible for a different subject. Or he might not even, like I might teach DevOps extremely good, but if you come to me for UI UX, I might not be great. There might be a different guru you have to go to. All right. Okay,
Yes.
let's move down. Manipulating file systems and directories. Again, I'm not going to go through all this, but I'm thinking it's going to be talking about directories and files over here. He's talking about hard links and symbolic links. A great topic to read about because you do not know what hard links and symbolic links are. Go through this when you get some time. Working with commands. There's a help command, man command, what is command, info command. So these are all good commands. If you get some time, go through it. But if you want to skip it altogether for now, you can. Redirections is a good thing. I think we've seen redirection once with this angle bracket and double angle brackets, but there are also other redirections when you want to redirect input output errors. This is a good topic, but you can, these are some good commands over here. Unique, word count, and grep. Okay, we will look at grep when we get some time today, hopefully. So I'm going to make notes while I'm going through this book, okay? So we said ls option, we said grep, we said WC.
Hard links option.
Yeah,
Symbolic hard links.
symbolic links, right?
Yeah, hard link and symbolic.
Symlink. All right. Redirection. We'll come to it, and this is chapter 6. All right, unique. See, the reason I'm taking this book and teaching you from this book right now is because after several years or several months, when you really get into your work culture or your place where you're going to work with people and they'll have their own culture, you probably will not come back to me. You'll go to this book. Okay. So for you to be able to map and say, hey, you know what? I think I've learned this. I want to go back to the book real quick and navigate through this index because Samir has walked me through this. It'll be easier for you to identify what you really want. Okay. That time you don't have to read through the whole book. Okay. Head, tail, wind first, last. It's fine. We can keep that out. Seeing the world as the shell sees it. Um, Quoting, double quotes, single quotes, escaping characters. I think this is a good thing over here. Chapter 7. Advanced keyword tricks. Let's leave that out for now. Permissions is a very important one. Owner group, everybody else, reading, writing, executing. We have seen it last time. We have done a
Yes.
change mode plus X, right? So we have touched this kind of, but we'll come back to you. Change owner, change group, sudo, and all of that. Processes. I will skip that for now. So I think around 124 pages, you're done with part one, what you need to know. Then comes part two. Okay. How much time have we spent? About 15 minutes or 12 minutes, maybe. So then they have this VI, which I told you is a very powerful command. We did nano, but there's a VI command. You guys should go through this. Okay. Customizing the prompt, it's okay. And then comes a chapter part 3 of this. Package management would be apt-get and all of that. We'll come back to that. Storage media, we'll come back to it. Networking, we'll come to it when we talk about AWS and stuff like that, but we'll come to that. Searching for files, if you have to search for files, I think find and locate, it's a good one. This xargs is also an important command. Right. Archiving and backup, I think you can leave without it for now, but tar and zip are good commands that we can come to later, not now. Regular expressions, grep, egrep, where are you? I think this is good. Okay. Text processing, document to do, cat, sort, unique, cut, paste, join. Yeah, I think this is also good. We have seen cat. Okay. Diff is also good. tr, sed, spell. Okay, this is good. Tr, sed. I have never seen a spell, but I'll write it for you guys. I don't know what it is, but diff and patch. Okay. Formatting output, fold format, PR, printf, Jira. I don't think so. We'll come to it right now. Print, we will not come to it right now. Compiling programs, I don't think so. You need to go there right now. Writing shell script, I think this is a place that you could start with 363. Once you go through the points that I have captured, what a shell script, how to write a shell script. We have done all of this, executable permissions, so on and so forth. So reading to chapter 14 should be good. What is that? Chapter 24, sorry. Starting a project, good. Top-down design, good. We have to read through this. Flow control, yeah, this is what we have looked at, the if conditions and stuff like that, okay? Reading keyboard input, IFS, it's a good one. Flow control for looping, good one. We said we're going to look at it. Troubleshooting, synthetic error, missing code. This is a great one, chapter 30th, 30. Flow control, branching with case. Case is basically case switch statement. If you know in any language, switch, that's what case is.
Yeah,
Posi-
C language.
Yep, exactly. Positional parameters shift. This is a great topic over here. So I'm thinking everything after 24, 27 chapter number are great
Yeah,
chapters
part
for you.
4.
Yep, exactly. So flow control, looping with strings and numbers. These are great. Arrays, very important one. Exotica, I don't know what Exotica is over here. Wait, setting up. Okay, these are pipes. But okay, so looks like it's done. Okay, so I went through the whole thing and I picked up my jewels. Okay, when you go through this book, your jewels might be completely different. Okay, I was able to pick up those jewels really quick. Uh, the way you can pick up a jewel, since you do not know shell scripting, but you know a little bit, right? I've shown you last time. I've shown
Yeah.
you how to write a shell script. I've shown you how to use if conditions. How I've shown you how to pass parameters to the shell script. So I've shown you a lot of things there actually. And then you come with your own, from your college, you've learned some language, maybe Java, maybe C, C++, Python, PHP, whatever you've learned. You'll be able to relate the language, what you already know, to what you do not know. This is scripting. So you can relate from there. Okay. So pick up what you want. I've picked up what I wanted from there. And now what I will do is I'll pick up whatever I like from here. So let's say I want to start with chapter 19, regular expressions. Okay. So let's go to chapter 19. I'm not going to read through each and every one, but what do I know versus what I do not know? Do you know how do we learn very quick? Do you guys know? Anyone?
I follow with the titles, like suppose if we see like grep, I follow with that, like.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Somebody else wants to take. How do you learn quick? You guys are in your masters, right? How do you learn quick? If given any topic that you do not know, how long do you think you really need to learn?
I generally go on a glance and pick up keywords.
Mhm.
So I'll just try to map everything. If I know something, I'll skip that. If I don't, if I find it if I find any different keyword, I'll just look into it and like what it is and learn about it.
Okay. Okay. I think you're very close. So the way I usually think I learn quick is when I am able to relate what I already know to what I do not know. To what I do not know is basically what I want to learn, right? If I know something and if I'm able to relate to what is already in there, then I call it as, I've not read it into any books or whatever, but I call it as catching the tail. If you're able to catch the tail, then you're able to navigate through and get to the whole animal. Okay. If you try to go for some other part, right, it becomes very, I mean, I know it's a little wild example over here, but think of it as a boar, right? Think of any animal basically. You want to catch the animal. You're not going to put your hand into the mouth, right? It's going to bite you. And in some cases, that might be really fatal. So what you really do is you catch the tail. That's how this is the way I visualize in my mind, okay? It doesn't have to be, you usually want to visualize something very wild. Okay, so I'm visualizing a boar over here, and I'm catching the tail. I know I need to know where is the tail. And only after I get the tail, then I will be able to control it. Okay, similarly, when you're trying to learn something new, try to get to a position which you already know, because once you start reading and if you're able to relate that, hey, I already know this, I'm understanding this, then you'll be very excited to learn something which you do not know. So this is basically fooling your brain and telling it that, hey, you know what, this is simple. Have you seen that movie, Three Idiot?
Yes, sir.
Can you relate where I'm trying to go, which particular scene? He touches his heart and says, write something.
All is well.
Yes, sir.
There you go. All is well. Right. So that way you have to tell your brain all is well. Don't worry. This is new. You never know this, but here there's something in here which you already know. Feel happy. The brain gets fooled very easily. Okay. You just have to say all is well. All right.
True,
Okay.
sir.
So about regular expression, what I know is there is a site called Regex 101. I know that. I always go to this. Okay. I'll put something over here. This is DevOps 2024 mentoring session. I want to search for DevOps. See that? It searched for DevOps, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, then it'll tell me, it'll give me a lot of commands. Now, what I want to do is I want to search for everything. Okay. Then in everything, I want to search for /space /d. You see what's happening? It started, I have told it that I want to start with a word. When I just say word, it takes everything. But when I say /s, that means there's a space over here, and then there's a digit. Okay. This curly braces says, I want 4 digits. After 4 digits, there's a space I want to take it. That's what I want. Okay. So what I'm doing here is, okay, let me ask you these questions. Are you guys familiar with regular expression? Do you know what is a regex?
No, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so here's where it is. Okay, common tokens. It is telling you what it is. So I'll remove all of this. It's saying you want to search for a word, you can put like this, and then you can say whatever you want to search for. I'll say this. So what I'm saying here is it can be T, it can be H, it can be I, it can be S. So it is going and finding all of those words, any, right? See this? A single character of A, B, or C.
Yes.
Okay, the next one, a character except A, B, or C. If I don't want THIS, okay, and or let's say HIS, his. I don't want that. I want everything else. I can put this. You see how it reversed?
Yes.
Similarly, if
Yes,
you go
sir.
through here, a character in the range A to Z. So instead of saying this HIS, I can say A to Z, but it is
Oh,
not capturing capital T if you notice it.
yes.
Okay, so I would say A to Z. Now see, it's capturing everything. Okay. Similarly, if you go down here, I want everything, like I want 2024 only. I don't want A to Z. Reverse it, correct? And the spaces. But I want to remove the space also.
Dash.
Okay. And I want to remove dot will not work because dot. So this dot over here If I just say dot, right, it will not work because dot is a special character. So I have to escape it. That's it. Okay, so it's just 2024. Then if you go down here, this I already showed you. Any single character is dot. That's what I told you. Any single character will be dot. Okay. Now if you go down here, alternate match, either A or B.
A by B.
So I say I or S. See that I and S are all selected. If I do this also, it's the same. Okay. Any character, any white space character is /S. Any non-white space character is /S. Any digit is /D. Any non-digit. So capital D or W is exactly the same because non-digit. Okay. Any word character is /W. Any non-word character is /W. Match everything enclosed. Everything enclosed within this is ? I have never used this, but let's try it. ? This. So it is picking up everything, but why? Oh, ? Okay, I'm not sure about this. You guys can find out what this is. Okay, match everything enclosed. So it looks like it has found T, match, second is H. So it is giving you a match for everything, but the brackets usually, oh, I have used the wrong bracket, sorry.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking, because bracket usually means group. You see that? It has picked up this. So if I say DevOps, so it has got the first match and it has got give me this. But what happened if I have this over here? You see that? Oh, sorry. There you go. So it gives me all the this, and it gives me all the groups, this, and this. Okay. Capture everything enclosed. If you don't put the colon and ? Match 1, group 1, match 2, group 2, match 3, group 3. Okay, but earlier on, if I do this, it just gives me match, it doesn't give me group. Okay, you'll come to know what a group is. I can create multiple groups and refer to each one of them by the number, actually. That's what that means. Then if I go down 0 or 1 or A, so what I would suggest is go through this by yourself, okay? And if you guys do not exactly understand what it is, practice. Google for it, ask ChatGPT, do whatever it is. And if you even don't get the answer, come to me, okay? What regular expression really helps you do is to find text within a given string of text. This is the string, right? And we are trying to find exactly, surgically identify and find what we want to find. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Anybody new regular expressions over here and would like to share anything that you know about regular expression? Bhargav, do you know anything about regular expression? Is Bhargav here? Maybe not. No. Rutvik, did you know anything about regular expressions?
No, sir, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, good. So now let's go back. Given the fact that now you know as much as I know, okay, let's go back to what this guy is saying. What are regular expressions? I'm not going to read through it. You already have seen it now in action. grep. The main program we will use to work with regular expression is our old pal grep. The name grep is actually derived from the phrase global regular expression print. Global regular expression print. So we can see that grep has something to do with regular expression. In a sense, grep searches text files for the occurrence text matching a specified regular expression and outputs any line containing a match to standard output. Forget about the whole complex thing over here. We want an example. So ls user bin, and it is doing a grep. So we will try and do something different over here. Okay.
It will give the all zip files in that path.
Yeah. So if I do ls minus lrt, or just to ls /aws, no, sorry, over here, okay, and then grep. See, let's say I didn't know whether it's there or not there. So grep basically will tell me it is there. That's what it is, okay? So you're grabbing for, let me do one more thing. Let's go CD DevOps 2024, new file.txt, cat new file.txt, and I want to search whether there is world in it or not. Or let's say I want to see whether there is nice in it or not. It's not there, right? It finds it. See that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on, knowing that that's what it's going to do. Then it is saying there are options. Ignore case, if I want to ignore case. So say, for example, if I want to do world over here like that, it doesn't find it, but I want to ignore case. It ignores, okay? Invert match. Invert match normally grab prints lines that contains a match. This option causes grab to print every line that does not contain the match. This is inverting, right? So it should highlight hello if I use V. IV. Okay. Doesn't want to do that. Oh, okay, I know, because we have kept this as W over here. It doesn't invert. I don't know what it does. Find out. Invert match normally grab prints lines that contain a match. The option causes grab to print every line that does not contain a match. It's not working the way I'm expecting it to work. Minus V only, right? Yeah. I'm expecting it should show me hello.
No, it says line, right? Maybe it will print entire line.
Okay, so let's do one thing then. Let's do echo. You might be right over there. So let's do echo. Hello today, and give it to new file. So you might be right actually. So yeah, hello today. Correct. You're right. So it'll give you all the other lines that did not match.
Yeah.
Minus C, count, print number of matches or non-matches if the minus V option is also specified. So if I do minus I C, it tells me how many lines did it match. Okay. Instead of this, if I say hello, it says 2 matches because there are hello twice, right?
Yes, 2 lines.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to prove you what I know. I'm trying to teach you. When you read through it, how do you navigate? And you're not going to remember all these options. I don't remember all these options, right? But as long as you know this is possible, you can always go and find out what that option is. Okay. Minus N is line number, minus H is no file name, so on and so forth. So I will let you guys go through this, but there's one more. Did it talk about E, minus E? It didn't talk about minus E yet. So let's see if it talks about minus E. Okay, here's where he's giving you all the characters that you can use in regular expression. If you want to do any character, grab minus H, star is any character .txt. Okay, so what was minus H, by the way? Did you guys know what is minus H? No file name. All file searches suppress the output of file name. Okay. So it's searching for all the zip, anything but zip in the dir list.txt. There can be files which are like starting with dir list.txt. Okay, it is trying to find all of those over here. I would advise you to do a test with it, play with it. But I want to go to something important over here. So over here also he's using regular expression, if you see. So this angle, like if you go back to this site over here, if you see here, causes this and dollar to match the begin and end of the line. So begin, if you want to start with the beginning. So if I wanted to say find is at the start, it would not find because there's this at the start. Okay. And end you find with dollar. That's what it means. Start and end of text that you want to get. So here, when you have put this angle bracket zip, it is saying, give me only zips that are starting with Z at the start. So if you see here, Z at the start, and you do not care. Similarly, what he's saying over here is, I don't care what's in front of it, but it should end with zip. That's why it's putting $1. So everyone is ending with zip, if you see, right?
Yes.
Similarly, so this will all help you when you're trying to search for files, search for text, so on and so forth. This guy is searching for text. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm going real quick, okay? But I want you guys to spend some time and figure things out. If you don't understand, just come back to me. I will help you. Here's where we had said this or this. So at the start, it can be either B or G. It will be zip. So it is B zip and G zip, if you notice it. Okay, so let's go real quick. And there's a negation. We have already seen this negation. It cannot be B or Z. It can be anything else. So bun zip is fine, but it shouldn't have been B zip, G zip. So gun zip is fine, fun zip is fine, so on and so forth. So don't have B or G in front of zip. That's what it means. You guys are following me, right? So far, regular expression is not easy, but I hope I'm making it easy for you to relate what I'm trying to say here.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do something over here. Grab. Let's see if this guy does it this way. See that? I don't think so. For us, minus H will be doing anything. Sorry, why did I put minus F? It should not do anything. If I had multiple files, for example, copy new file as new file 1.txt or 2.txt. And if I wanted to do new file star means anything, any file. And then I want to search for it. Here it is showing the file name. You see that? In this file, I found this, in this file, I found this, and you didn't want to show the file name, then you'll put this minus H over here. So no file name would be shown. Okay.
Yes.
My intent today is just to show you how you're going to read the book and how you're going to relate it and practice it. Okay, that's my intent. Going down all the way over here, real quick. So he has given a lot of alphanumeric. If you want, it will be this word alpha, blank, control digit. We'll look at one of them so that you'll understand all of them. So what it is saying is, user bin, get me any file that has uppercase letters. This guy has uppercase letters over here. Remember, however, that this is not an example of a regular expression. Rather, it is the shell performing path name expansion. We show it here because POSIX character classes. I have never ever used this, and I don't know where you'll really take a benefit of this. We'll come to it if at all we feel there's a benefit of it. Reverting to traditional collation order. Let's go real quick. This is fine.
There is an option previously minus E, grep minus E.
Yeah, grep minus E is actually regular expression over here, if you see, right?
Yes.
So in phone list, it is saying find this particular numbers for me in this order, right? So what it is saying, it is added a group over here, if you notice it. The
Yes.
first group can be 0 to 9 and there'll be 3 letters. Second one, it is just saying 0 to 9. There's no group to it. It
Yeah.
can be from 0 to 9, but 3 characters.
Characters.
And then there's a hyphen. And then there's 0 to 9, 0, and then 4 characters. Okay. Only the first one he has added as a group. I mean, technically, he's not even adding as a group because he's escaping it, if you notice it. As soon as you put a slash over here, it is not a group. I was thinking it's a group, but he's escaping it. So he's saying there is literal parenthesis over here.
Okay.
Okay. I hope you're understanding it. I'm not making you feel that you understand it. You understood, right? What I'm trying to say?
No, yeah, yes.
In the file phone list, you want to get all the numbers that have parentheses and any number 0 to 9, 3 characters. After that, there's a space, any number 0 to 9, 3 characters, and there's a hyphen, any number 0 to 9. And technically it is 4. It is what they're saying, but I don't know why it has found this. Oh, it can be up to 4. It cannot be more than 4. That's what it means. So it is finding the 4 also over here. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can create a phone list.txt, put a couple of numbers in there, some in this format, some not following this format, and see how it behaves. So you get a little confident about it. Okay?
Yes, makes sense. Yes.
All right. Then there's a finding ugly file names with find. This is also a good one. I think before you do this, you have to find, you have to figure out what is find really doing, which is, I think, in a different chapter. Let me see. Where you see find anywhere here, right here, right? Chapter 17 is what you'll have to read. So don't worry about it. So now you kind of understand, right? Going through this index, how I'm able to navigate.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Good. Locate also is there in that chapter 17. You'll come to know. Searching for text with less and bin. Okay, let's do. Since it's talking about less, let's see what we do with less. What I need is I need some big file actually. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I cannot see this in one place. So what I will do is I'll put this and I will say less. You see how it shows me one page. And then if I do down, or I can do up with my arrow keys. See that?
Yes.
So I get to read it. Okay. Similarly, there's another one called more. It's nothing different. Less gives you more power. Okay. It is just a teasing name. I usually shooting less and more are doing two different things. One, less is doing less, more is doing more. It is not true. More has always been there, but then they came back with less and they said less is more. That's what the name less is. Okay. So it is only allowing you to do forward if you notice it more. See that? I cannot go back. I cannot use up arrow key to go back. Okay.
Yes.
So I'll come back and I do less. Less is more. That's what the whole idea is. Less gives you a nice screen to go up and down. So I'm going down now. And then I'm going up over here. Okay. There's another thing. What I can do is I will just do ls and remove minus lrt. You see this, right? What I could do is I could do ls and I can do sort. Sort basically, I think it's already sorted, pkl. It's already sorted. So it is not. And then I can do less. So you see how it is starting with A all the way down. And then I can go down here. Okay. So what I'm doing, this is another interesting thing about Linux or Unix in general, is the commands are built in such a way that you can pipe. This is called pipe. The output of less, I'm saying go sort it. The output of sort, I'm saying go apply less on top of it. You make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, you guys understand real quick. Summing up. So we are done with this one over here. I would still advise you go read a little bit about it so that you guys understand it. The next thing what I would really look at is, let's say chapter 20. Okay, let's go to chapter 20. I wanted to go 48, right? Text processing. So they've given us a couple of commands over here, cat, sort, unique. Some of them you already saw, cat you saw, sort you saw. Unique we've not seen, okay? So what we can do is, let's go ahead here and, oh, okay, by the way, tilde sign is go, take me to the home directory. So if you see it took me to the home directory. If I do a CD, this says take me to the root directory. That's a root directory. So tilde sign here is take me to the home directory. And here I have my DevOps 2024. What I will do is echo hi, hello, namaste, hello, hi. You see that, right? I only want unique keys to be returned. So I can do unique. Is this unique, right? UNIQ. Repeated lines. Okay. Lines. Okay. Got it. So let's do the same thing over here. Let's send it to greet.txt. And then I will do greet.txt. And then do a cat greet.txt. Oh, sorry, angle bracket. So redirect it so that it writes multiple one. And then, yeah, so per line, basically, it is giving me unique. So what I think this is a good one. Usually what I do is this, I do ls minus lrt. Okay. If at all I wanted to get a unique name, okay, over here, for whatever reason, I can use regular expression and say I want to get uniques only for new file. Okay, you can do that. There are several places where I use unique, not as frequently as I need. I mean, when I'm writing shell script, the only time that I really see I would really need unique is if I'm reading a file and in the file there are multiple text that is returning back. And if I want to get only unique text from there, that's the time I would use unique. But frankly, I've not used this many times. But let's go back over here. Remove sections from each line of file, paste, merge lines of file, join, com, diff. I have used diff multiple times. I really like it. I use tr, translate or delete characters. I like it. I have used sed. So out of all this, cat, sort, diff, tr, sed is what I've frequently used. But let's quickly go through what we have not done. So let's go through this real quick. You guys should go and read this, okay? So what cat does is, let's create a text file using cat as primitive word processor. Okay. So this is, they're using redirection over here. So he's saying cat, redirect, and then the file name, okay, anything. So let's say test.txt. What we do is echo and then we redirect to text.txt, right? Here, this guy is allowing us to write. So this is hi, hello. And then if you notice it, and then if I do a cat test.txt, it's hi, okay? I'll do it again, hi, hello. There you go. So I'm pressing Control C to come out on the next line. If I do it on the same line, that line is not captured. Okay, so this is a nice one when you want to create a file on. I usually use echo and then redirect to a file because most of the time when you're doing your when you're writing a shell script, you do not have the luxury of typing out. Okay, so that's the reason why I don't use this too many times locally. But what I usually do is I use a redirection to forward it, which you'll see eventually. think of it this way, okay? Think of it when you're writing a shell script, it's a machine doing all the job. You cannot run a command that will expect you to say yes or no, right? So there's no input prompts. So you got to avoid all the input prompts. And this guy over here is expecting you to type something. So this definitely would not be a great candidate for us when we're writing shell scripting. In general, it might be good if you're writing something in front of the system and you're typing out. Cat minus A, it is just showing all the content over here, minus the option to display the text. So whatever content is there in foo.txt, it is doing sort. I usually would not do that. I would do a cat and then do a sort on it. I would not use this format. But if you like it, use it. Du, don't worry about it. Du is disk management commands, basically. So you don't have to worry about that one. Okay, let's go to something interesting now. I think, have you caught the whole concept of that you got to read this book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this book might be dry if you go like page by page, it'll be dry. So quickly glance through it, do the exercise that they're saying, because if you see half of the page is just the output. The only thing that you really have to do is this. Okay. Cut also is a good command. TR is a good command. You want to learn those commands. When you're watching this recording again, okay, what you want to do is you want to go and pick up those, where I say these are important commands, right? Pick up those commands. For example, I said cut is a good command. TR is a good command. Pick those up, write it out, and then go to this book or go to any video and try to find out what TR does, what cut does, what sort does, what unique does. Okay?
Okay.
All right. But before we end, I want to do something real quick. So I will go back to the one that I said is very important, right? So it was chapter 27. Okay. If we have seen, so let's go to for now. Did it go up here? Your daily life is full of repeated activities. Going to work each day, walking the dog, and slicing the carrot are all tasks that involves repeating a series of steps. Let's consider slicing carrot. If we express this activity in pseudocode, it might look something like this. Get knife, get cutting board, get knife, so on and so forth, right? It's basically talking about looping eventually. So what he's doing here is he's trying to loop, okay? Count is 1, while 1 is less than 5, so less than or equals to 5, do. So we'll copy this just for the sake of it. And I'll go in here and rm nano while count. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's quickly read through this while count program. What it is doing, it is initializing. I mean, I don't have to really explain this because you guys know much of it, right? What
Yeah.
it is doing is it is initializing a variable called count. It is saying, it is saying while that variable count is less than 5, do, and it ends with done. In between, what it is doing is incrementing the value of count. Count is equals to count plus 1. Okay. What I want to do is I want to enhance this program to pass the end value. Can you guys help me?
Yeah, we can put some variable over there equal to $1. Yeah. One and $1.
Easy, right?
Yes.
Good. So you guys know what is the syntax of while? I think it's very simple. While the condition, do something, what you want to do, and then in the end, mark it as done. Okay, so get a little, I don't use a lot of while, I use a lot of for whenever I do something. So you can play around with this if you want to. Breaking out of a loop. So I think there will be, so this is interesting one over here. Bash provides two built-in commands that can be used to control program flow inside loops. The break command immediately terminates the loop, and program control resumes with the next statement following the loop. The continue command causes the remainder of the loop to be skipped, and program control resumes with the next iteration. So I think everybody knows this from programming skills, which you
Yes.
might have. There's break and continue. So basically that's what this guy would be doing. Just take a look at it, what he is doing, copy the program and test it in your system. Okay, until there's a while and there's a until done. Until this is true, do this. It's just the same thing basically. While and do while. So this is the do while. Do this while something is happening. Okay. Reading files with loop. Go through this should not be a big one. But where is the for? Was there a for on top of this?
Yes. I have seen for
Uh, what? Which chapter were we on? Okay. 27, right? Positional. This is, oh, this one, the for, right? 33.
yeah.
Okay, this is the one I normally use for I in A, B, C, D, do, echo $I done. So this is the one liner, but if you are thinking this is difficult to read, let's see here. For I in distro_star.txt. So basically all of the files that have distros.txt do if -e $I, okay, then echo $I. So you can read what this guy is doing over here. Okay, the intent is not to tell you what is -e, -r, -f. You've already seen last time. -d for directory. You've already seen, right? Let's go down here. I usually find for a little easier than while, but it's just me using for every single time. So you can choose whatever you like. For I do I some value, find the longest string in a file. So go and do this exercise is what I would suggest you. Yeah, here's the expression, what he's given. This is how it is. For, do, done. That's what the expression is. Okay. Another thing what I want to finish up with last before we end here is arrays. Doesn't search. Before he does this, I might get to it. I thought I've. Okay, anyway, since it's taking time, let me do something real quick over here. So what you could do is, let's say my array equals to 1, 2, 3 for I in my array, do, done. Let's see if this works. I know. I in, it's a variable, right? I cannot give a string. You can even do this. You can skip those curly braces altogether, but I usually like to use curly braces. For I in Y. I think it is this. Yep. So when you go through this chapter in array, I think this guy is not fine. Oh, there it is, arrays. It will tell you how do you get the whole array, how do you initialize the array. Okay, so go through this. So he's doing a declare minus a as an array, and you can even do days the way I'm using it over here. Okay, and then you can pick up an array using angle bracket is what it's saying. If you want to pass a value, 0 is going to be sun, 1 is going to be month, so on and so forth. You can do that too as a declaration. Accessing array object. Let's go real quick down. So what I'm doing here is I'm saying at the rate is to give me the whole array. Okay, if I want to say just the first one, I can do this. Just the second one, I can do this. Right? But if I want the whole array, I can put at the rate.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know where this book is talking about, but he should be talking about it. Okay. Let's see if you can find it. Array operations. For I in animal stars. He's using star. Okay. Let's see.
In the second
And then
example,
he's using at the rate over here.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you can use star and at the rate both, I think, interchangeably. That's what I'm thinking. The subscript star and at the rate can be used to access every element in the array. That's what it is. I use at the rate most of the time. I didn't know about the stars, but if you prefer star, please feel free to use it. Okay. So now, before I end this session, right, there are critical pieces for you to take away from here. What I've shown you is array. I've shown you for, I've shown you while, right? And we've looked at other commands, which is sort, unique, tr, which we've not probably gotten to the depth of it. But I want, you've kind of got a feeling of how to use it, right? Maybe you don't know what it does, but you know how to use it.
Yes.
Is that a fair assumption?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I want you guys to go and go read this book, understand it with a little information that I've given you, just 1 hour session now, right? Not more than that. And try to figure out if you're able to understand what's in here. For example, over here, if you see, he has an array with F, E, D, C, A, B, whatever, and he probably would want to reverse it or sort it. So what it is doing is for I in the whole array, that's what this means, do echo $I done, and then whatever is being written, he's sorting it. Okay, there's a very special thing that he's using here is dollar something. So what dollar something basically does is, if I want to execute a command, okay, I'll come to this next time, okay, or I'll come to it when we really see a need for this. You'll need it a lot of time in your shell scripting, okay, but we'll talk about it. I think we're running out of time right now. This syntax you have not seen. This syntax you have not seen. Or let me do this. If I want to, let's say echo, it'll do a hello world. But if I want to assign the value of this echo hello world to a value, okay, can I do v equals to something? And then if I want to echo $V, will it work? It'll not work, but let's go ahead and see what error we will get. See that? Hello world cannot
Command
not found, right?
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to wrap this in an evaluation boundary like this. So what we are saying is this is the command dollar and parenthesis. It's a command, whatever is the value out of here, assigned to V, and then echo that value, whatever. Okay, it's a silly thing to do over here, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. See that hello world?
Yes.
Okay. It's a silly thing because I can directly do echo hello world like this, right? Why do I need this next statement? You would say. I just wanted to show you if you want to assign that value to a variable. See, it's the same output. Then what you do is you add those dollar and open close bracket what they're doing over here. What they're doing over here. So he's saying the for command, please run it. And whatever is the output out of it, put it on A sorted. That's what it is. As long as you are able to read it and understand what it is, I think my intent is met.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'll stop the recording over here.